Memes Sanders and Thomas Sanders if you are watching, and welcome back to another reaction video. If anyone wonders why I've sort of switched from only reacting to some of Thomas's videos to reacting to more or less every single one now, plus I think there's a few from other channels that I'm going to react to, it's sort of because I don't often see other like reaction videos beyond ones that are heavily edited or concise to, say for example, just one series from a particular channel. But it's also because I feel like by doing that I'm sort of it's helping me to figure out how to sort of react emotionally to things, even when the things that aren't like brilliant things, that they might be tough things people are going through. I think that can be a little important. I will add, if there's ever a point where I react to a video, this is mainly directed at Thomas if he's watching this. If there's ever a particular video that I do react to and I do upload, if you want me to remove that video, do let me know, and I will remove it if it's something you'd rather not have a reaction video done around. I will remove that video if you do need me to. But yeah, I think that's enough rambling from me, and I think I'm going to hop straight into it. I just wanted to sort of put that message out because I forgot to do that in a video a month or two ago, and I kind of felt bad not doing that, you know? Anyways, let's hop straight into it then, shall we?
What is up, everybody? 2023. Already quite the year, already quite the runner-up to its many predecessors in terms of how many struggles it's presented so far. I'm not joking, it seems like almost everybody I've talked to is going through some sort of struggle one way or the other. And that really sucks. But in another sense, it is kind of nice to know that we're all in it together, you know? Everybody's sad. Ow, hold on. And for me, what has been the main struggle? Well, it comes down to a question I've been getting a lot recently from people who don't check my update videos. Thomas, what is up with all the hats? It all goes back to December 2022. Let's go on a journey. Once again, content warning for talking about skin conditions. I don't know if anybody is sensitive to that. But basically, I found out that sometimes in younger people or young adults, when you've gotten the cold or the flu, some sort of standard illness, you could also get a side effect that results in a skin condition. It first developed on my face in the form of red splotches that I could not identify, but pretty soon I found out it made its way to my head, shoulders, knees and arms, knees and arms. See, it was an autoimmune situation. Basically, the skin was attacking the hair follicles. I mean, keep in mind, this all started December. I was starting to lose hair very, very rapidly. And all the while, I'm online and create funny videos and also work on gigantic projects that I play characters in that people know very well. It's exacerbated by stress. I deal with an anxiety situation. You all know this. Yeah, I was dealing with a stress-induced autoimmune situation that in itself was creating stress. I've talked about my body negativity in an old YouTube video, and while I'm still working on it in regards to my body, I did not expect the hair to be a situation that I was also going to have to take into account. But this is something that I have really quickly learned that a lot of people in the world deal with. People go through this every day in a completely different context from what I'm going through. And talking about it with my friends who have experienced this was really, really helpful. Friends of mine who have experienced male pattern baldness. Friends of mine who worry about their hairlines and if it matches up with their identities. You just don't realize how much your hair is part of your identity. You feel less than who you are when you're dealing with this sort of thing. And yes, my dermatologists have told me that they have faith it will grow back after the skin sorts itself out. It will just take time. But man, it doesn't really ease a lot of the self-worth issues that I have every day. I think I went a pretty standard route that a lot of people do. A lot of people turn to head coverings in order to just not worry about it and to feel a little bit more comfortable wherever they go, which is not bad. It's not a bad thing. But of course, I'm also in the public eye. So it resulted in a lot of people asking fairly harmless questions, or at least, you know, seemingly harmless to them. You've been wearing a lot of hats recently. What are you hiding from us, Thomas? Does Thomas Sanders is bald? A lot of my 2014 Tumblr peeps are gonna recognize that one. But the majority of people got it, they understood it, they supported it, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. But it still got to me. I'm telling you, I have never been a hat person, and I still am not a hat person. Although, thank you so much for the compliments, I appreciate it. I would come home, take off my hat to let my head breathe, catch the sight of myself in a mirror or the selfie camera of my phone, and then burst into tears. It was bad. Even with hats, I felt trapped. I felt a loss of control. When you hear people talk about their experiences with hair loss, you get that a lot. A lack of control. So it was time for me to take some control back. It was suggested by my friend Terrence that potentially some facial hair and piercings would look good on me. And if Terrence, who is one of my favorite people in the entire world, I love you, Terrence, I love you so freaking much, I'm so honored to know you. This is pretty much just the voice memos I leave him every single night. Thinks that that would look good on me? You bet your bottom dollar that I'm going to listen. So that very same week, I stopped shaving for the first time in my life and set an appointment to get my ears pierced, much to my mother's chagrin. Thomas, you're in your 30s. Why would your mom have any sort of sway here? You haven't met my mother. I have. We are the same person. Touche. Anyway, she told me that she would grow to get used to them. It was nice to get some of that control back, but I still had this same problem. Like, I still felt like I was hiding under the head coverings. And that led me back to my friends. One who's experienced male pattern baldness, the other who at one point in their life lost a lot of their hair due to an intense amount of stress but grew it back, and the third that just knew and was very, very familiar with my mental state. All three of them had suggested one solution: shaving it off. Not like bald, but like a buzz cut. And even that situation still scared me. Yes, I've had a buzz cut at one point in my life, but I wasn't really feeling it. However, when you do listen to some testimonials of people who have experienced balding and then went and just shaved it off, they described their experience afterward as a weight being lifted off their shoulders. They also described it as not as bad as they thought it was going to look. I felt like there was some truth to that because all of this time I was just distressing at every bit of hair that continued to fall out while waiting for it to plateau and to heal again. And damn it, I did want to just take this freaking hat off. So, on my trip to New York recently, I went to a barber, sat down, and at this point, I had not been to a stylist in forever. I felt very, very unkempt, just not taken care of. They asked me to take off my hat as I sat in the chair. I was very, very vulnerable, and I told them what I was looking for. And they said, no. They didn't exactly say no, but they didn't recommend buzzing it because I had bald patches on my head at this time. They recommended just cutting it as short as possible and letting the hair rest over it so that it all still felt full and neat. And that is what I did. As he was doing the thing, I sat there looking at myself, close to crying, unsure about whether this was the right decision or not, or if it was going to help me at all. But as I've been walking around, looking at myself, cautiously showing my friends and family, they kind of liked it. And to be honest with you, I do too, damn it. I feel good. It's a new look. I don't know. It's different. It's a vibe. It absolutely is not permanent. And I feel like I can at least carry myself rather than the mess that it was. It may take a lot of people out there to get used to. But this course of action for me was something that makes me feel better. When I can walk down the street and not always wear a damn hat. Am I now going to do all of my videos without wearing hats? No, most likely not. I'm probably gonna still wear hats when I feel comfortable doing so. At least I have this option. And in time, I'm hoping my hair will grow back. But for right now, this is allowing me to live with much less distress in my life. And I also decided to think about this in another light. So often in my Taurus-y self, I have been resistant to change. I mean, how long have I been in this apartment? I just recently got to show the cut to Joan. I love you, Joan. I love you so freaking much. You're an amazing human being. And they really dug it. They thought it was a really cool change of pace for me. And so I'm going to choose to look at it that way. Here's the thing. It could grow back. It couldn't. It could grow back and then I lose it later. At every stage, I have to find ways to love myself and to see myself as worthy and beautiful. Maybe it comes in the form of a haircut. Maybe it comes in the form of sprucing up my wardrobe. It may just come in the form of looking at yourself in the damn mirror and saying, bitch, you are sexy. I hope everybody can be able to do that at every stage of their life and in whatever circumstances they're dealing with. I am choosing to see myself in the mirror and to love myself in whatever circumstance that I'm in. And in a lot of ways, I feel like that was something that I needed to regain in myself in a lot of aspects with my life. I needed to take back control, choosing what I want to make, what makes me happy, following things that spark that joy in me. It's just the start right now, but it feels like I'm starting again. And I'm gonna probably fall into ruts again. You always fall into ruts. But this was the first time it really, really clicked for me in a long time that I needed that control back. And I'm just proud of myself for recognizing that. So long story short, my hair is short now. I've gone through a lot, but I've come out the other side feeling pretty wonderful. If you're all going through something, I do hope that you find that control. Know that you have people there to turn to and that you will come out the other side of it. You will. Thank you all for watching. Thank you to my amazing friends who not only talked with me in my most vulnerable moments, but also offered useful resources when I needed it. If you're interested in checking out any of the resources I referenced in this video, they are listed down in the video description below. And once again, I have to give a huge shout out to all of the peeps over there on Patreon. You all are amazing. You help support me and my team so that we can choose to do what we love, to experiment with what we want to experiment, to create what we want to create. You allow us to stay as a team and to work together. Thank you for that support. And I can't wait to see you guys on the next live stream. I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. If you're interested in watching any of my previous videos, you can click over here. Or if you're new to the channel or would like to subscribe, click down here. That is it. And until next time, take it easy guys, gals, and non-binary pals. Peace out.
Okay. I didn't expect that video to make me as emotional as it did, but dang, yeah, it's kind of interesting to learn about something like that, because for the longest time the only skin condition I was really aware of was eczema, because, well, I know I talked a little bit about it last time I watched a video related to that topic, but yeah, I was born with eczema. I think I inherited eczema from my mum, maybe a bit of my dad. I don't know, but oh god, like whenever I'm getting really stressed or like anxious, which can happen a lot. Yeah, it affects my skin. I get more rashes. I get like bumps. Sometimes I scratch more. My skin gets really dry. I've literally had to grow up with having to slather cream on my entire body. I've had times where I haven't been able to do the same things that my friends have done, either because I've had to stay like in shaded areas, or I've had to go to multiple appointments related to the issues I was having with eczema. I've had infections, I've had impetigo, I have had a whole host of issues that they don't affect me as much as they used to, partially because I sort of figured out that my hygiene was a little bit bad for a while because of a lot of mental things I was dealing with, but also because, gonna admit, when I was living with my parents up until last August, there was a lot of like stressful situations that I had to deal with, either that I had accidentally caused myself or that I didn't always get on with them. And I don't know if it's been noticeable that much in past videos, but I've never really been a fan of showing my face when I'm dealing with stuff like that. I've had times where I've hidden it by wearing long clothes even in the heat of summer, which is a huge I have only just overcome that this year. I've spent I've been spending the majority of the past, like, I say for maybe 5 months, wearing short sleeves without a hoodie on or without a coat on, which is a huge hurdle I've overcome. No, because I used to get like heat rashes on my arms all the time, and I will admit it was painful. It was sore, skin was always dry, even putting creams and bandages on didn't really help, but yeah. I know I went on a bit of a tangent and I related it to things I've dealt with myself, but I have a tendency to do that, to basically say, I relate to you, Thomas. I heavily relate to you because sure, I haven't lost any of my hair yet, but even the fact that I've finally managed to get a haircut this year was a massive leap for me, because I don't like my head being touched at all. I just don't like it being touched without my consent, and getting a haircut is a big sensory issue for me. Probably autism, I don't know. But like, I think one of the biggest things that has helped me to overcome a lot of this was actually watching how you were dealing with all these skin issues and hair issues at the time last year and possibly a bit of this year, and it's actually helped me to begin to remember to take care of my own like health and my own body and my hair a lot more, but also when things are going rough with all that, to know who I can and can't like talk to, and it's just been refreshing. And especially more recently, now that I've finally got to watching these videos that you put out last May, it's sort of made me realise that there's other people dealing with skin issues which are probably, I'm going to admit, worse than mine. That must have been a lot to go through, and Thomas, I have to give it to you. You carried that so brilliantly, like explaining what you were going through, but also the fact that something you sort of adored doing was a big reason why you were actually dealing with that, and how it must have affected you mentally, because I don't see like how that wouldn't have affected you somewhat. And just, I think it was this video specifically when you took your hat off in the video, I'm starting to make myself really emotional. When you took your hat off in this video, that must have felt like sort of coming out the second time, in a way. That must have been really difficult to do, and then to take that video and put it online where thousands of people can see it. That must have been really, really difficult for you to do. And I don't often say this in videos, but I am so goddamn proud of you for getting over all those hurdles and dealing with all of that, and not having to feel like you couldn't talk about it online, but actually talking about it online. Not only finding comfort from loads of people, but it's people like you talking about self-confidence issues and all that make it so much easier for other people to join in with the conversation, to make awareness grow. I mean, it happened for me when I was diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, 2-3 years ago? And again with ADHD just 2 years ago now, which I have to do an update video on that, dang. But yeah. That was highly emotional for me to watch. I think I've said it enough. Proud of you, mate. Anyway, so I should probably end the video there, otherwise I'm going to keep going on this tangent and I'm going to make myself cry, or I'm going to inevitably annoy someone else. Don't know who, but I can be a little annoying sometimes. I shall catch you guys in the next video. Hopefully this will be up either as of today, recording it, depending how long editing it takes. If not, it'll be up the day following recording it, which will be Monday, I think. But yeah, I shall catch you guys in the next video. Take care, stay safe out there. I love you all loads. And I'll catch you later. Bye!